In this week's edition of ＳիվիլՆեթ's new Business Digest, we break down the Armenian government's plans to introduce universal income declaration requirements, new developments in Armenia's banking sector, and growing concerns over the impact of US sanctions against Russia. The Armenian government endorsed a bill this week that would require Armenians to declare their incomes starting next year. The bill still has to be approved by Parliament, where it is expected to pass. As of now, only government officials are required to submit income declarations in Armenia. The language of the bill suggests only Armenian citizens living in Armenia will be subject to the changes, meaning Armenian citizens living overseas and foreigners living in Armenia would not have to declare their incomes. The new system, planned to be completely digital, is set to be introduced gradually over a period of 3 years and will be overseen by the State Revenue Committee, Armenia's tax authority, with assistance from the Finance Ministry. Finance Minister Tigran Khachatryan has come out in support of the move, saying it would help boost transparency and government efficiency. He has been careful to stress that introducing a universal income declaration system does not mean the government plans on raising taxes. Also this week, Google announced it is extending Google Wallet services to Armenia, Georgia, and 10 other countries, bringing the total number of countries where the company's digital wallet services are available to nearly 60. Armenian Economy Minister Vahan Karobyan welcomed the news. Google rolled out Google Wallet earlier this year to replace its Google Pay app in a bid to expand the company's contactless payment services. Google Wallet also allows users to store and use identity cards and health passes, like COVID-19 vaccination records. Some of Armenia's largest banks, including Armenia Bank, have already said they will support Google Wallet services for their account holders. In other banking news, a study by our investigative reporting team has found that 15 of Armenia's 17 banks still accept Russia's Mir payment cards, despite sanctions warnings from the United States. Mir became the payment method of choice for many Russians after MasterCard and Visa pulled out of the country as part of an international corporate exodus following Russia's invasion of Ukraine in February. In September, the Treasury Department issued a warning to financial institutions outside the United States that processing Mir payments could expose them to the risk of secondary sanctions. Following Treasury's announcement, banks in Turkey, Vietnam, and a number of Central Asian countries said they would no longer accept Mir cards, making Armenia one of the few remaining places where at least some banks continue processing Mir payments. Armenia's central bank said in response to a ＳivilNet inquiry that it does not plan on forcing banks to halt Mir payments, saying, quote, "Armenian commercial banks independently manage their risks, including those related to sanctions." In more sanctions news, the State and Treasury Departments this week sanctioned Milur Electronics LLC, an Armenia-based company that is allegedly being used as a front for the Russian microelectronics producer Melander in its dealings with foreign partners. Secretary of State Antony Blinken described the move as an attempt to break Russia's military supply chains by targeting its electronics procurement networks overseas. 2 other companies associated with Melander, one in Taiwan and the other in Switzerland, were also sanctioned as part of the effort. The United States will continue to crack down on Russia's attempts to evade international sanctions to fund its war machine, Blinken said in a statement. In September, the Treasury Department sanctioned an Armenia-based company called Taco LLC for supplying components to Radio Avtomatica, a Russian defense procurement firm. A company in China was also targeted in that round of sanctions. And finally, Hovsep Patvakanyan, the head of Armenia's Investment Council, sat down with us this week to talk about a new Armenian government program to subsidize salaries for highly skilled workers in a bid to attract talent to Armenia from the diaspora and beyond. Under the program, the Armenian government will subsidize up to 70% of salaries for employees who attended top universities overseas or who have significant work experience in leading international companies. For more information about the program and how Armenian businesses can apply, check out the full interview, available now in English on our website and YouTube channel.